Hello everyone, I'm back in the gym with another workout vlog video. Today's workout's another push workout from Athlean-X. I'm going to be doing burpee push-up pyramids where every time I do a burpee, I'm going to do like a few push-ups up and down. Like for example, burpee and a push-up, 8 reps. Another burpee, push-up, 6 reps. Incline bench press or alternate dumbbell incline bench press. I'm going to do single arm presses instead. Side laterals, dumbbell or cable, 2 being kickbacks, similar to what I just showed before in the last videos. Tricep pushaways. Despite what you see here, me starting with the burpee pushes, my original intention was to start with the overhead tricep cable extension, but anyway. So it's great about like the burpee push-up pyramid where I'm doing like a total where they do a burpee and I do like 8 reps, and then I do a burpee and I go like down the ladder. This is a real kick-ass challenger. Alright, here I am doing the overhead cable tricep extension. Now, one of the biggest things that you'll see people do often is where, like, they'll lean, like, forward doing the overhead cable tricep extension. But honestly, you want to really remain more, like, upright. That's where you really, like, feel contraction in, like, this tricep exercise compared to, like, leaning too far down. I'm not sure where people, like, got the notion thinking that, like, leaning too far forward is a way to get the contraction in that tricep. But honestly, I'm not so sure how true that is. Granted, man, I'm not gonna lie, I have done that variation in the past leaning forward, but honestly, the upright position is more efficient for me. Here's my second set right here, but lately, any time when I've done a workout, I start with my isolation first, despite the debate, oh, do compounds first before isolation, which, that is true, but coming off from a tricep tendonitis injury, this has been going very well and working for me. When doing isolation before compounds, I notice how I'm not as like fatigued that much compared to like if I started with like compound then isolation. So when doing this exercise, you want to make sure that you fully extend at the elbow. There's a very big myth and misunderstanding about how like don't like fully lock out the elbows. But again, it really depends on the individual. You do dumbbell kickbacks like this with dumbbells. What if I told you stop doing the exercise like that, instead use cables or bands? Yes, doing dumbbell kickbacks, I mean, not that they're bad, they're just not really effective compared to, like, doing with the bands or the cables. I mean, I do have somewhat of a cable pulley system, but it's not really the best for doing the tricep kickbacks. Instead, the bands are, like, one of my options right now at the moment. Kickbacks are another exercise that are very debatable on whether or not this is a good exercise or bad. Doing with dumbbells is not very effective compared to like when you use like bands and cables. When you're using it with dumbbells, the force of gravity is like pulling you down, whereas the bands and cables are preventing that. Lying on the incline bench is helping keep my body stable and also like preventing like low back pain too. Here's a better view and angle of the exercise. Sorry for the first 2 shots where I had it right by my side. Yeah, you probably see me better on this side than you did on the first 2 shots. As you can tell by my face here, that I was making faces and grunts that I was burnt out and fatigued with my triceps at this point in the workout in this third set. Here I am making faces, feeling the bird. The whole myth, no pain, no gain. Squeezing and feeling in those tricep, baby. Here's my third set of the burpee push-ups right here, pyramids. Right in the background, I was watching in the middle of the Miami Vice. I had to pause it so that way it doesn't get in the way of the copyright image background. I apologize for that. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of struggling right here. Like, sometimes what's hard about doing these burpee push-ups is that you do, like, maybe, like, one set of, like, 8 to 10, and then when you, like, go down the ladder, you're fatiguing very easily and get that, like, metabolic conditioning workout that's really, like, fatiguing you in a good way, making you tiresome. In a good way, these burpee push-up pyramids were kicking my ass. I was burnt out. Want to add a little tweak to the dumbbell lateral raises? Add a band to it. Here I am setting up for the dumbbell banded lateral raises. This is just something I learned like on somewhere for like I don't remember whether it was a YouTube video or a TikTok video, or I think it may have been like wait. Now that I think about it, I think it was from Joe DeFranco's Instagram page where he added bands for the lateral raise to increase tension and make the variation a little bit difficult and challenging in a good way. The next push exercise I did right here was I did a incline single arm dumbbell bench press. What I really love about these unilateral movements is that depending on like imbalances, like me for instance, someone who just came off from like tricep tendonitis and also has had shoulder injuries, this exercise has really helped like work around imbalances. Because when doing like bilateral exercises, you tend to like favor the one side. One side is strong or dominant than the other side. Whereas when doing unilateral exercise, this can help like work around and prevent that stuff, and also fix the issues. Originally, this was supposed to be like an alternate dumbbell incline bench press, but I decided, hey, what the heck, I'm gonna do unilateral instead. Different variation and a change up. Here's my second set of the dumbbell banded lateral raises. Again, what I really like about this variation is that you really like feel like in your delts more compared to just doing like the traditional, and also it's a great way to like mix it up and change up the technique a little bit. It's also a nice little shoulder-friendly exercise working around a shoulder injury. Okay, so here's my third and final set of the one-arm dumbbell incline bench press. Again, really love this exercise. Really helps with imbalances, and it really helps like working around like also shoulder injuries, and also helps the whichever like dominant side, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, can really help like work around and fix that. All right, now you're probably saying to yourself, like, what the heck am I doing? And, like, are you for real and serious? You're doing neck training? Yes, I do some neck training every now and then sometimes, or sometimes I do it on a consistent basis depending on my schedule and stuff. I know neck training has, like, a mixed result depending on, like, what kind of, like, training you do. Whether you do, like, wrestling neck curl bridges, which is probably something I would not recommend you do. Instead, what I'm doing right here is I have the neck flex machine by AKA Mike the Machine Brewer. It's probably one of the best neck harnesses on the market. The one people who benefit from neck training are athletes, and I'll admit, well, I mean, I did play sports, but I'm not an athlete anymore. But I do like neck training because of past experiences from playing sport, not realizing how important and crucial neck training can be for like athletes, especially when they're like getting hit in the head so many times in like football or just any sport in general. But me, I never played football, but I used to do karate. I never realized how important neck training was for like martial artists to do neck training. Believe me, I understand. Yes, I know it looks weird, but believe me, you'll thank yourself later when you train your neck to prevent like head trauma and injuries and concussions. There's also like debate like how many like reps it's it really depends on like how you feel and stuff. It depends like what works for you. For me personally, I just keep it simple, doing like 3 sets of 33 or sometimes 4 sets of 33 sometimes. Or here's a good tip I learned from Mike the Machine Brews. You could like time yourself. Basically, like set a timer for like 3 rounds, and instead of just counting, just do until like you can't do anymore. Just remember, be very careful. The neck is very sensitive, so don't do anything crazy or stupid. Remember, you only get one set of neck for life. So make it work and make it count and be. Also, if I were you, look. Also, if I were you, a good little tip: make sure you do some like neck dynamic stretches before you do any of these type of exercise to prevent imbalances and injury. The benefit of like training the side bend of the neck is that like when you do like front and back, you tend to get like imbalances. This prevents the imbalances. People debate and argue like whether or not is it really like necessary to do like the side bend of your necks. Well, Again, it depends. Do what works for you. That's my best advice. Maybe there are some people who feel fine not training the sides of their neck and just doing the front and back, then by all means, that's fine. If not, then give this a go and a try.